talking to somebody else about. Remember the prisoner swap that happened recently, right? Where the U.S. had gave up a Russian prisoner, and Russia had gave up a U.S. prisoner. I guess I don't know if they're both military members. I think the guy that came back that was a U.S. citizen was a part of the military basically. But
damn, he
It
dropped
didn't
off.
happen to him.
He just dropped off in the middle of the sentence. He just dropped off.
Definition mic drop. What was that? Go ahead, LJ.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I mean, oh,
I don't really have nothing to say about it. I was just wondering if they extended it or not.
Hey, you pay your bill, that won't happen.
I hit the wrong thing. I seen that live stream before, but I mean, I thought it was interesting that like she wasn't involved in any of the swap talk. You know, I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked it up. Tweety, when did they say that they were going to extend that hold? It had to be pretty.
I just seen something popped up on my phone.
It's been extended until June 18th.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it? What was it before? I can't remember. I can't remember when she was originally supposed to get out, but she's been there since February, man. That's a good long while. I know that the WNBA players are gonna be wearing her like her initials on their decal this season.
I mean, look, like I don't like some of the stuff we do, man, over here in America. Like, I get tired. I just get tired of people. That's why I was
elaborate.
That's why I talk to myself. So let's start.
Why are you saying that in relation to the grinder stuff?
Let's start from the genesis of it. Do we know, when I say we, has it been reported in terms of like a truthful nature that she actually committed a crime?
I mean, she committed a Russian crime according to their law.
Yeah, then why people saying free Brittany Griner?
Hey, come on, they always say that.
Same reason why they say
I know. I agree with you.
People go there for double murder.
They say free Lil Boosie. Same reason why they say free Young.
Hold on.
I agree with you.
They don't make a.
But that's what I'm saying. That's my point right there. Is that's one of the things I hate. It's not just black people, because this is going on. I mean, it's usually black people from my experience, and that's not because I'm not saying white people don't do it. I'm not around white people like that, so I can't say whether white people or not.
Well,
but I know black people.
They had a free Michael Flynn campaign going for a good while till he got his part, you know.
Yeah, so I can't say that the Greg say that they do it, but like they putting her name out on the court and all of that. Yeah. I mean, I understand that that the people in the WNBA miss her and stuff like that. And this is just my opinion. Just because you are an American, if you get caught in a foreign country doing something that violates their laws, and I know, like Greg was saying, it's political, and the US and Russia got some tension going on because of the situation with Ukraine, and then Finland is supposedly about to join NATO. So there's some political and some other stuff going on there. But I mean, I hate to see this, that every time, not every time, but with black people in particular, somebody famous, whether it's an athlete or some sort of entertainer, gets caught doing something that they shouldn't be doing that's illegal, people start saying, free them, they doing this too hard. Like, you'll never hear somebody say, well, damn, what did she do? Did this person do what they accused them of? Oh, they did? Well, here, you gonna go to jail. I don't know what else to tell you.
I mean, I don't know.
What did she go for again? Was it like a vape pen or something?
Yeah, it's like basically like a vape pen, you know what I'm saying? I guess marijuana residue or whatever. So
wouldn't that be pretty much a controlled substance in this over here?
It's considered a controlled substance here. Yeah, it is.
And she got caught at she got caught at the airport with her, right?
At the airport.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm kind of in LJ boat. Like, I ain't saying I don't see why, because I'm like y'all too. Everybody get the free such and such card when they go to jail, no matter what they go to jail for. But I think the only reason why it's being made such a big deal, and I may be wrong, but I think it's because of the political stuff. Like, I think that's the only reason it's getting such big coverage is because of the whole tension between U.S. and Russia. I think if we didn't have this going on, it might have made news when it happened, but it wouldn't be talked about like this. Maybe
I don't even feel like it's getting no. I don't even feel like
So
it's getting no coverage.
I'm assuming.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
with
nobody
that
be talking about
statement.
that.
With that statement, I'm assuming that y'all are under the impression and y'all believe that if this conflict was not going on, Brittany Griner would have been detained anyway for what she had done. Y'all think that even with this
Yes.
Russian Ukraine stuff, she would have been detained? Y'all think
If
so?
she
Yes.
broke the law, I'm assuming.
If she
so.
broke the law, yes.
I could be totally wrong, but that's my assumption. If she broke the law,
I mean, all we can do is assume. I
Yeah.
was looking at the definition of being unlawfully detained, and I don't know what kind of definition the U.S. is using, but basically it just means that they don't have a legal means or legal basis for keeping you. So I don't know if they know more facts than I imagine they do. You know what I'm saying?
I hope they do.
As far as what happened, but I and I think we had talked about this before when it initially happened. I think that Brittany Griner bring that vape pen back and forth on that plane all the time. And I just think that she was not in the know enough to know that right now is not the time to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's
got caught this time.
Basically.
That's what I feel to say.
I
Just
know
because she do it all the
basically,
time,
too,
this
it
might have
just-
been the
like,
time
to
she
me-
got caught.
To me, hold on. To me,
think-
that's just like
no,
saying somebody transport drugs back and forth across the border all the time, and
But
long
look-
as they don't
but-
do it when it's not hot, it's okay. Hell, if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Let me be more specific. I think that the Russian government knew and knows that she brings that all the time and never really took issue with it because in Russia, right? In Russia, she's a basketball star in Russia. Am I right or wrong? I think she's probably considered a basketball star.
Man, I don't know how they view American athletes in that country. So I mean, I know she make a lot of money hooping over there. Absolutely.
I think she makes over $1 million over there. Equivalent of $1 million US. She probably has a lot of notoriety in Russia, and they probably didn't care before. That's what I think. But I think because the conflict is going on, they say, you know what? Nah, we ain't letting it slip this time. You know what I'm saying? And she just got caught up. That's what I think. Wrong is wrong for sure. But I mean, and at the same time too, though, we're talking about a vape cartridge.
If it's against the law, it's against the law. You sound like you trying to shoot her that bill.
Now, what I'm saying is, your punishment needs to be, in proportion to the actual crime.
That's
unbelievable.
You talking like you live in the United States?
Correct. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
We talking like you. It's like we make it seem like it's over here.
But see, that's the thing. I like the idea and notion of that in relation to our judicial system. I think it should be that. It should be that another place. It just makes sense.
But that ain't always the case, though.
It's not.
It's
definitely
not. Crime, but
it's definitely not. It's definitely not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up. My folks from Nigeria telling me that if you're over Nigerian, they cut your arm off. That's what I was told. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's
a different type of law.
Yeah, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I literally, I think she just got caught up, got swept up. I don't know.
The wrong thing. She broke the law.
Yeah, she definitely did. Yeah. I assume she did. I think she did.
And I guess my thing, and one of my arguments against that is she must be the only one on the team that's vaping. Because if that's
possible.
Case, I'm not saying
she's the only one. She's the only one dumb enough to bring it on a plane.
I think she's the only one got caught.
Also keep in mind that when you go to a lot of these other countries to play basketball, most of the teams only allow a certain number of
Americans,
whatever country that is, players.
Right.
So she may travel, but maybe everybody else on her team might be from Russia.
Right.
They may not have to travel
between
countries as much as she does.
You are 100% correct there, Jay.
I'm
I didn't think about that part.
I'm pretty sure the Russians aren't too kind to black folks either. I don't think.
How you know that?
I don't think.
Dang, he just.
Well, if you look at what's going on in Ukraine, right, and you had a bunch of black folks in Ukraine that was trying to get out and trying to escape, they weren't letting them folks leave, man.
They doing that to
everybody.
They weren't doing that to everybody.
Yeah, they are. They just, matter of fact,
not like there was the black folks over there.
Not like
they
they
literally showed a video of a soldier executing a civilian. They said that the Russians bombed. I can't remember if it was a school or some kind of building that had women and children.
I'm not talking about Russians
versus
Ukrainians. I'm talking about Ukrainians getting their people out through Poland. You know what I'm saying? Mass exodus. They basically what they was doing was like all the seniors, all the elder folks, all the women, all the children, get them out. But they weren't doing it for the black folks. The black women and the black children.
Russians. So who is the problem? Is it Ukraine or Russia?
I'm talking about black folks living in Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? They weren't Ukrainian, but they were black folks living in Ukraine, but they weren't able to.
So who keeping them from escaping?
The Ukrainians were.
What the hell are we talking about Russia?
It's regionally the same.
No, it ain't.
It's a neighboring country. It's a neighboring country. Are
you really telling me that you gonna blame Russia
United States
that's in war with
Mexico?
Because regionally the same.
Greg, that's the dumbest thing. You sound like Dio.
My point is,
yeah, you sound like
Dio. The Russians are going to be particularly kind of black folks. The Ukrainians are going to be particularly kind of black folks. The Polish
what does that have to do with Brittany Griner?
Her being black don't help. If she was white, she might have had a chance to come home.
You know what? I can tell you. Let me tell you something, Greg. I know what probably would have kept her from getting in trouble. They had the baby cartridges.
Maybe.
Oh,
no. He said maybe.
But if she wasn't black, she would be gone. But ain't no. If she wasn't, you just said literally. If she was white, she might be home now. But if she hadn't committed no crime, well, I don't know. Come on.
I don't know.
You did just literally say if she was white, she'd be gone. Like you literally just said.
I can't believe that. But if she ain't committed no crime, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she had a better chance. I'm pretty sure she had a better chance coming home if she was white. No doubt. No doubt.
Greg, you don't believe that.
So committing the crime or not committing the crime, if she was white, she had a better chance of coming home.
Oh, for sure.
Man, all I gotta say about that is R.I.P. Kevin Samuels.
I know we got to move on, but this ground situation, it kind of remind me of the ball situation, right, with UCLA players in China. They came home a lot faster though. They had a lot of diplomatic help as well. Different presidency.
We wouldn't believe about the fight.
LeVar Ball.
Uh-oh.
What? So what about LeVar Ball?
LeVar Ball said President Trump ain't do nothing.
I don't believe LeVar Ball. No, I do not.
Now you don't believe the black man. They persecute the black. You can't make your guy. Well, I tell you what.
I think Trump had a lot to do with the dudes.
I'm going on mute, man.
Andrew, you hell, bro.
What about Kevin Samuels, man? What deal?
I just said that because that ain't have shit to do with Russia, and what you were talking about didn't have shit to do with Russia.
That's why I started laughing.
Anyway, keeping it basketball.
Oh man,
keeping it all the way basketball. So during the season, the Philadelphia 76ers made what was supposed to be a splash trade for getting rid of Ben Simmons, getting rid of a guy that wouldn't shoot the ball in the second half, for a guy that was allegedly one of the greatest scorers in NBA history.
Allegedly? Dang, you just gonna get rid of the man's career? You gonna take away all them years James Harden scoring them points?
Hey, ever since they started refereeing basketball like basketball, he ain't been the same. But anyway,
that man top 75 all time, man.
Is he really?
Put some respect on his name. Put some
Is
respect
he
on
really?
James Harden's name.
He top 75?
Yeah, he'll top 75.
Yeah, I think he got the jacket. I think
Dwight
he got
Howard
the
ought to be
jacket.
furious. Dwight Howard ought to be furious.
Hmm?
Anyway, anyway, so the question I want to ask y'all first off is James Harden washed? Is it over?
Who going first?
I don't want to say nothing.
Go ahead.
I mean,
go ahead.
I would say like from what it looked like, I wouldn't say he's washed. I mean, I think he's still probably an all-star caliber player. I would say the days of that we're used to of ISO Zilla, where you know what I'm saying, he give you 34, 35, 36 points a night, probably are gone. Those days are probably over, unless you know he come back in like some kind of great shape or something like that, which I would say over the last few years.
Great shape. That man don't work out.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It does not appear as though that's been at the top of his priority list, unless he probably, you know, maybe recommits himself, or at least that's the impression you get as a fan. And you know, it could be wrong. I mean, it's really wrong. Actually, I shouldn't even say that he ain't committed himself, because just because you go to the club, that's on. You might be in the club 4 hours. It's 24 hours in a day. But anyways, I think just the days of him being a big time scorer, and stuff like that on a night-to-night basis, I think that's probably in his past. I mean, I don't think it's out of the question to expect some Chris Paul like numbers, you know, where he giving you 19, 20, 21 points, 10, 11, 9, you know, somewhere between 9 and 11 assists or something like that, or 8 and 10 assists. The problem with James Harden is he has never, if he's not getting a bunch of free throws, he has never been particularly efficient. You know, if you look at his numbers, he used to get to the rim a lot. And now, because he doesn't have the same burst and the same lift, he's not finishing at the rim as well. He's not getting to the rim as often. And although he has been a high volume 3-point shooter, he has always been about average, which generally speaking, league average 3-point shooter is generally about 36%. You know, give or take. When I say give or take, I mean it could be 37 one year, it could be 35. So he's usually around by like 36%. So I mean, I think that's the problem, is because he's not shooting 25, 30 times a game. When you don't shoot that much and your efficiency is not very high, then your points per game is going to go down. So he's got to work on improving his efficiency. But no, he ain't. He's not the franchise player anymore, which probably puts Philadelphia in a ginormous hole, because that's not what they were expecting. That's what they were expecting to get.
Ain't they about to pay him like $50 million? Ooh-wee.
I wouldn't. I mean, I would assume he's gonna opt into that $47 million he got.
I mean, he might not. He might opt out to try to get something longer. You know what I'm saying? To get
he might what? He better not.
I mean, he's because how old is he now? He's in his
32.
32 years old.
And he look like he's 38.
Yeah, so you might want to decline it and get you more years. You might want to sign for a deal that gives you about $35 to $40 million a year. You know what I'm saying? That's a longer deal, more years.
Gonna do it.
I was just gonna say, do you have a market for that though? Like, is somebody gonna give you that?
He's with the general manager that's gonna move heaven and earth for him. Yeah, did y'all see the quote from Morey? Morey's like, he need an off season. Like he's sold that James Harden basically is, you know what I'm saying, who they need and who he wants. They have a relationship. So if any GM is gonna
my thing,
hey,
I feel you on that point, but I guess you can say he's sold. You can say he's sold by what he said, but I'm gonna say he ain't sold because he ain't got that extension. Like once he might, like I said, he gonna opt in. I'm with LJ. I think he gonna opt in, and yeah, I think Murray want to sign him. I think Murray want to give him that max or whatever. But I'm thinking Philly, like the people above him, like, hey, bro, give me that. He got that 1 year. He can opt in. This player option. If he play good next year, we'll talk about it. But if he giving us this, we gonna mess around and trade him before the season over with.
Yeah, I don't think he's washed. It, maybe I mean, definitely age is one thing. Like there's a decline in athleticism, but the decline, but the decline in athleticism might be more attributable to him not being in proper condition and not taking care of his body. I think it's a make or break. I mean, obviously, I mean it's probably cliche, but it's a make or break point in his career. There's a lot of doubts. Philly fans, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't play about basketball, so they're gonna be on them all off
like they play
season.
about
Don't
nothing.
play about sports.
Right? Yeah. and then too, the franchise player for the organization is very blunt and very candid. You know what I'm saying? Like Embiid don't hold his tongue. You know, so like he's going to be putting a lot of pressure on James Harden as well to perform. But it's crazy that, you know, like it's like when you start off with the introduction to the question, Malcolm, and you said, and you know, they traded Simmons because he wouldn't take the shots in the floor. It sound like James Harden. I like the trade was a wash. Both players didn't show up in the playoffs. Neither one of them showed up in the playoffs.
Yeah, at least one of them didn't dress up.
And I said at least one of them didn't he didn't step foot on the court. Like I didn't get disappointed because he didn't. I got disappointed because he didn't come to work, but he didn't do it. He didn't give a bad performance.
Hey, at least he didn't try to
show up to work and just.
At least he didn't try to just ride the clock. At least he was like, at least he called in sick.
I think he is doing the definition of riding the clock, and he getting paid.
No, he called in sick. He called in sick. He used PTO.
Yeah, so using vacation time, bro.
So how much y'all think he gonna get?
Who, James Harden?
If you don't think Philly,
I don't think
he's just gonna sign in for this
give him
250.
I don't know.
Because it's what it's 4 years, 250, right? I think it's the extension.
Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5, something like that. It's either 4 or 5, 250. But yeah, I know it's a lot of money.
We was crazy when not we. Some people said people were crazy when they gave Chris Paul that money too. And
I was one of those. I was just about to
somebody,
say I was wrong.
Somebody Phoenix extended him.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Okay.
Wait.
No, it was Houston.
It was Houston. I was wrong.
Chris
Paul doing what he always do though.
Houston gave him the money.
They get better and they don't win the championship.
They gave him that extension. It was like
I don't know why I thought he had already outplayed that Houston extension, but I guess I'm wrong.
I think it was Houston.
Like what Malcolm is referring to is like when he was traded to Houston, he was on like that last deal, and after the first season, it was like, was Houston going to extend him? And Houston extended him to that big deal, and he looked kind of old. You know what I'm saying? He was looking old. It was like, why would they do that?
I agree.
But then he went to OKC, and he worked a miracle in OKC. And, you know,
how long was that extension for? Because then he played in Houston for like 3 years.
Yeah, it was like
they gave him that extension that said his second year in Houston, right?
Yeah, it was like I think it was like a 4-year deal, but like really
so,
3 years.
So this would be the last year.
Yeah, it's like he had like an option for that last year, which he exercised. He declined and extended with Phoenix. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I say Phoenix gave him Phoenix extended him since he's been there, right?
Yeah, they have.
That's why I thought LJ was saying that's who made the mistake and extended him was Phoenix, not Houston.
I said it in Houston.
Oh, you said it in Houston.
I was wrong. He do the same thing he do everywhere. He go
that offseason was
better. The team get to the playoffs and they don't win the championship.
Yeah, that offseason.
Chris Paul's MO.
But the thing about James Harden, and I seen it just from living here in Houston, he's never really had a lot of criticism, you know what I'm saying, from like his fan base. You know, like even here in Houston, not in OKC.
He wasn't the guy in OKC. Like, I don't think as good as people want to say James Harden is, I don't think there are people out there, putting their cape on for James Harden outside of Houston. I mean, like in the NBA world, I don't think people were.
I don't know, man. James Harden got one of the top selling jerseys in the NBA. James Harden's
Houston's a big ass city.
I think James Harden was one of the most popular players in the NBA. Not really had a lot of criticism. What I'm saying is from his particular home fan base. I think it's gonna be a little different.
Well, he's from Cali too, so he got that.
Yeah, he's from LA. But
So I don't know. There's a couple things.
Is he gonna be one of them that go to the Clippers too, saying he want to play at home?
You better see that down. Anyway. So there's a couple things.
Could go to the Lakers.
Nah, he can keep his ass far away from them. That's what he can do.
Yeah, because the Lakers don't want to make the playoffs.
Shit, we wasn't making with him anyway. We wasn't making with him anyway.
With James Harden, y'all would have made the playoffs. For sure.
If they would have had James Harden instead of
For
Russ,
sure.
or just
I think
Yeah.
so.
For
He'd
sure.
just been a better fit. He would have been a better fit. He would have been a better fit with that team.
James Harden is better than Russell Westbrook at
We
this point.
still got street clothes.
Do y'all think James Harden fits with the Sixers? As currently constructed?
Clothes, boy.
I do. I don't.
Maxey there. You got Maxey. Your Maxey's not going anywhere. Obviously, Embiid's not going anywhere.
I think like he fits, but he probably does not fit in terms of what they were expecting to get. You know what I'm saying? Like when they brought him in, and I'm not saying Joel Embiid and James Harden are the same as Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. But what I'm saying is when they traded for him, they were thinking, okay, we're gonna get a 1A and 1B or 1-1, however you want to call it. We're getting two titans in the NBA world, two superstars, two top 10 players. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what they thought they were getting. And I don't know that. I mean, the way James Harden has played this year, he probably would be outside of the top 10. You know what I'm saying, in terms of top 10 players in the NBA right now. You know what I mean? Now, the good thing about it is he's still fairly young in terms of the NBA. He can learn from some of these older guys who, you know, we were talking about Chris Paul. I want to say, I could be wrong, that like he changed some stuff up after that one of those years in Houston.
They changed their diet. Yeah, all the greats do it. Tim Duncan did it. LeBron has done it. Carmelo did it. You got to change their diet.
Well, Carmelo don't look like where didn't he help Carmelo game? Doesn't need to hear no that. But anyway,
he's still playing. You know what I'm saying? And can still play effectively. You know, I think that's something.
Did he have a good year? Do you think he had a good year in LA this year?
I don't want to climb down that black hole.
The Lakers had a good year, really. Except for LeBron.
But yeah, no, man, James. So I just don't. I think he fits. You know what I'm saying? He can still be an effective point guard. You know, because he's a great playmaker. He can pass the ball. The problem there's two things to me that kill James Harden right now is that when he is not a high volume scorer, his defense and effort level drive you nuts more. His defense and his effort level drive you nuts even more.
I remember they showed
the other thing is he's not a knockdown 3-point shooter. So his game is gonna have, if he can't recapture any of that magic of not saying he gotta have 34 or 35 points a game, but he can get to the 27, 28 point mark and recapture some of that magic. If not, he's gonna have to retool his game and, you know, try to get that 3-point percentage up and stuff like that.
Does Doc Rivers fit with James Harden?
Hell, I don't know.
Y'all think Doc Rivers should still be the coach?
I don't know.
I don't really see her. I guess you could say since they didn't win it, but I don't really see it. Other than that, I don't really see a reason they should fire him. I mean, I don't going into why you lost and all that. I just don't really see a reason they should fire him. Like it is.
I mean, I think I done made my stance on here abundantly clear. I really don't get into whether coaches should be fired or not, because I think it's hard as somebody who, one, you don't watch every game.
Right.
You know what? I don't. At least keep. I say one. Me. I don't watch every game any team plays. You know, you don't see practices. You don't see the. I remember they did say we'll be back. You don't see the interaction with the players, so it's, to me, from the outside looking in, it's hard to. It's hard for me to say, oh yeah, this coach need to be fired just because they ain't winning games.
So you don't want Doc Rivers with the Lakers. You don't want Doc Rivers coaching the Lakers.
Hell no.
Doc Rivers a championship coach.
Yeah, okay. So it's
Frank
true.
Vogel is too, huh?
It's like I mean, it's funny. It's funny you say that, Malcolm, because like I follow some high school people that like write about high school. I don't know why I follow them. I do know. I really don't care. I really don't care for that. I don't
I
care
got you,
about
Malcolm.
their
I got
opinion. But I follow them. Anyways, so like I see stuff where these dudes would be like, oh yeah, so and so is one of the best assistant coaches at the college level. I'm like, how in the hell do you know? Somebody done told me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't even like, come on now. I hate
Going
yeah,
off
he's
somebody's
one of the
word.
best assistant coaches. Like, how the hell do you know?
Who has the better season next year, Malcolm? Ben Simmons or James Harden?
Shit, it's Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons?
I think Ben Simmons gonna play, man.
I think Ben Simmons can. So I don't know what you mean by the better.
So you think his mental health gonna be right by the time?
I think
he's
Ben Simmons have a better season individually, not team wise. Just who's gonna perform better next season?
Like
Ben
crazy.
Simmons, they both. We talking about two former All-Stars. Who's gonna have a better season next year?
I'm sounding crazy when I say it, but I think Ben Simmons can do more.
Why?
So I think he'll have a better season.
Okay. I mean, I don't think it sounds too crazy. I mean, Ben Simmons can play.
Like the question. So Ben Simmons will be the third fiddle, right? In Brooklyn. Is James Harden gonna be the third fiddle in Philly or the fourth fiddle?
He ain't gonna be
four. Who gonna be number two?
Maxey.
You think he gonna go ahead and take over as number two? They gonna go ahead and start using.
He won't. He won't. But
I don't think so.
If I had to say who I thought
he said he won't.
Who I thought individually would have the better season next year, I would say James Harden. Just because this is just a guess. What James Harden, if you can say he has fell off in some area, he can show that pretty easily. But like, what are people really gonna say? I mean, like, if Ben Simmons come back at the same player, you just be like, okay, he still can't shoot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna make unless the Nets are just like running away with the East, he's not gonna make the All-Star team.
He's not gonna make the All-Star team.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times,
he was an All-Star in Philadelphia.
I didn't say he wasn't an All-Star, but he was an All-Star. He was the second best player.
I was just finna say
one of the best teams in the East.
He would not be the second best
All-Star.
Presumably,
the third best player on his team.
How many people make the All-Star team? How many players make the All-Star team? 12?
12 on each 12.
Okay, so let's presumably, like, let's just say they're all healthy and play well. You got Embiid, Jason Tatum, Trae Young. Okay, throwing James Harden there. Okay.
Damn.
Kevin Durant, Kyrie, Giannis.
Yeah.
Probably Jaylen Brown.
Nah, he ain't make it.
Chris Middleton only made it 1 year, one time.
Chris Middleton been to the All-Star game like 3 years in a row.
Yeah, I think he was talking about Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler.
My bad, Chris Middleton.
That's disrespectful. Don't make
you said Jimmy Butler already?
Yeah, Jimmy Butler. I just said Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler. Yeah.
I don't even know how many we had, to be honest. I stopped counting.
That's at least 8, 9.
You said Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum,
Trae Young,
Giannis. You said Trae Young.
Yeah,
Trae Young, Kyrie, KD.
6.
LaMelo
Ball. Did LaMelo Ball?
Yeah, LaMelo Ball.
Did he make it?
I don't think he made it, but I
can see him making it this year.
Yeah, I think he's going to make it this year.
Yeah, I can see LaMelo being an All-Star for sure.
That's 7.
Yeah.
You already said Jimmy Butler.
Did y'all say James Harden?
Yeah.
Yeah, James Harden. That's
James
8.
Harden be 8.
So you still got 4 more spots.
Oh, never mind. My bad.
Who you say?
Pat Connaughton.
Somebody, Toronto will probably have.
Zach LaVine.
Fred VanVleet.
Is Zach LaVine gonna be in the East next year?
I don't know. He
That's
ain't
good
gonna make the
question.
All-Star team.
DeMar
what about
DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan?
Well, I would just say Chicago Bull.
One of them. Say yeah,
He
say
can
one
be
of them.
They ain't getting two.
Did Cleveland have an All-Star this year?
They
They
did.
did.
Garland was All-Star. Yep.
Garland made it.
Garland.
Yeah, Darius was All-Star.
I don't think that's a pencil. I don't think
And
that's
the only
a
reason why I asked that because
I
I
don't
knew
think
they
you
had a good
pencil him in
first half.
next year though. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah,
think
I
you
don't
pencil
think
him
so.
like
If Cleveland has just as good a season as they did this year, next year, Darius Garland's gonna be All-Star again.
But
Or you
they'll
can say
have
Evan
they'll
Mobley.
have at least
Or
one.
you
It
can say
might be
Evan Mobley. Yeah.
Yeah, I said they're going. That's why I said that's why I brought up the name, man. I just threw out Cleveland because I ain't no telling which one, but somebody gonna probably be an All-Star.
Bradley Beal.
That's what I was
Bradley
about to say,
Beal. Yep, Bradley Beal. That's 11 or 10.
That's 10.
That's 10. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Simmons making All-Star
Shit.
game.
Say
He
Malcolm
ain't
is
gonna make the
giving me
All-Star
an
game.
iffy.
And I ain't even I'm not even sure I counted Kyrie. He
Who?
gonna make the All-Star game.
I got a question.
Hell, is he gonna play?
Who?
He'll
Who you
play.
say?
But the
Kyrie.
reason I say, listen, the reason I
We
say he gonna
said
make the
Kyrie
All-Star
already.
game is because usually the only team that'll get three in is you
number
have to
one,
be
number
like
two seed.
number
Yeah.
one.
Number
It
one
has to
team.
be a pretty good gap.
And I got a question.
You gotta be like running away with it for you to get.
Do y'all
three.
think Kristaps makes an All-Star in the East?
Damn, I forgot he was over there.
In Washington? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I had a full season over there. I don't know.
I mean, I guess maybe if they're a playoff team, but it could like Bill's definitely gonna go if he's still on the roster. It could be Kuzma.
Oh, we know definitely. We know Bill gonna go if he's still on the roster.
It could be Kuzma.
Oh, Kyle Kuzma.
Hey.
I don't know.
I
I would say I would say Porzingis would probably
When-
make one
when-
before
I
Kyle.
think
Kuzma.
Greg,
Who
cocaine.
said Kyle
different.
Kuzma?
Greg,
I did.
cocaine. Cocaine's
I'm not a Cal Kuzma fan. I'm not a Cal Kuzma fan at all. But I think
So why would you say that?
He said, "Why would you say that?" He said like he was disappointed in you saying that.
I am like that. Don't like I'm being 1,000. Greg, that's not even like sort of reasonable.
Cal Kuzma has some really solid numbers when Bill went down. I don't know if that goes into next season. Cal Kuzma probably is just as good a player as Kristaps Porzingis right now.
You sound like a dope fan.
What is Porzingis done? What has Porzingis done?
Porzingis done averaged 20 and 10 and been an
And I think
All-Star player
he's
before.
been an All-Star before. I think
In New York, what, 5 years ago?
You just asked me what he. Listen, I'm just answering your question.
You asked what he did.
And Porzingis was better than Kuzma when he was with Dallas. The Mavericks traded him because of the fit, and he was always hurt.
Was he? Was he that good in Dallas?
Yeah, he was pretty good, bro. He wasn't bad.
My understanding is he just was always hurt, and it wasn't a good fit.
He was mad at Luka dribbling the ball all the damn time. That's what he was.
Hey,
He can be mad about that.
They need to start calling Luka the white beard.
Nah, but it's crazy because I was watching whatever show that is Nick Wright be on. Like, what's that first things first?
First things
Get up.
first.
They was comparing the Kristaps thing. They said Kristaps, no matter where he's been, whether if it was New York, Dallas, or even now in Washington, he averages 15 shots a game. Period, point blank. Whether he got a dribbler, or somebody who's gonna run the offense through him.
He's always had a dribbler though.
Wait,
Not in New York.
What does that mean that he averages 15 shots a game? I thought you had something coming with it.
Because he gets the same opportunity.
They
You
say
making it seem like Luka was holding it back because he.
Are they saying
it's
it's
the same opportunity?
No. I never said Luka was holding him back. I never said that. I said that he was hurt, and then I also said that I heard that it was reported. It was reported that it wasn't a good fit. I didn't say it wasn't.
No. Somebody said. I didn't say you. Somebody said.
Oh, I did definitely say
that's what I'm saying. Like
Luka do dribble. Oh,
he
yeah,
do.
Yeah.
Nah, but Malcolm, to answer your question, I don't think he had one in New York. I think Melo was more of a ball stopper versus because he didn't really just handle the ball coming up the court.
I apologize. He wasn't dribbling. He was just holding and rubbing it for 20 minutes. Yeah. Shooting.
But I guess in that situation, didn't Melo have to get the ball from the point guard? So you know, it can't just
he was clapping.
Melo. You knew what? Hey, you can always.
Oh, man.
He gave you 13 jabs.
Carmelo got a contract for next season?
Huh?
I don't know. I think.
Nah, I
I
think he
don't
signed a
know.
1-year deal.
Melo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he on a 1-year deal.
No, he
I
was
mean, like
saying
I think
last
the
year. Oh, he
Lakers
was talking
years
about he
was the
got a
1-year
contract
deal.
now. Yeah,
I don't
LeBron
think he
said,
under
"Nah, we're
contract
gonna
with
give you a
nobody.
little trial contract." Yeah, if we just go
Tell
try
him,
you out for a minute, man.
run out there pulling strings like a mud. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
we
he
just
gotta
go.
go. He ain't work.
No, that's funny though, because I'm thinking about all that. Carmelo he didn't do like no big time press run, but he did a little press run after he got signed with the Lakers. He was talking like, "Yeah, LeBron said, why not? He can make that call." He made it
LeBron make
seem like
a big deal
yeah.
talking about. He
And
say,
I'm a
"Ah,
huge
y'all talking
Carmelo
about our
fan.
age. Keep the same energy when we, he keep the same energy at the end of the season or
Wait,
something
man, I
like
wish
that."
LeBron be quiet.
Oh,
That's all.
Yeah,
slander
he did
Melo.
say that. I remember LeBron saying that. I was like,
I wish
what?
LeBron
I
be
wonder
quiet.
if he still got that same energy. Like,
Stop
same,
Melo
I wish
slander.
he'd be quiet. That's what I wish.
No
Why?
Melo.
Because you a Laker fan?
They no
Huh?
Melo slander. No
Hey,
No
who
Melo
y'all
Melo
got
You a
slander.
these
Laker
games?
fan?
No,
I
I'm not a
wonder what
Lakers
we
fan.
can get in the trade for LeBron. I
Lot
think
still
about that from
probably
time to time.
a lot
Anyway.
because people make a bunch of money off of it.
Yep. I say you try to get a whole form for
He'll piss your
LeBron, bro.
franchise down the hole.
For
Very
LeBron?
much so. Very much so.
And I don't even mean, I mean,
Hey,
at this point in his
LeBron is the
career,
equivalent of a meme stock. You might soar to the top real fast, but you ain't gonna stay there long.
yeah. He gonna pitch your franchise to the hole at this point in his career. But you know what? If you win a championship, it's probably worth it.
I don't
Hey,
feel
yeah,
like
some people gonna say it's worth it.
So, you
What
know
the
the crazy
Lakers
part?
did, that's what they
I
said.
don't feel like it's been worth it. I really don't.
Got that
Well,
bubble.
good thing your
got
name
that-
ain't on nobody
got
check
that- got
over
that
there.
Disney
They
ring,
all be
man.
fired. You be done fired everybody. The
Me?
trainer, Gatorade maker,
Gone.
the stat dude, everybody got to go.
Oh man.
I'm telling you, these people gone.
So what's
Still got that
what's up,
Beijing.
I saw we had posted about that about Nike and that coming out and saying that they didn't think that they were going to extend Kyrie for that for his shoe deal. Like, what's up with that though? That's
Hey, don't be
What's
trying to
up
hit us
with
with
people
tacos
get
out
tired of
the
Kyrie Irving, man.
I just think it's interesting for them to come out and make this
Say
statement.
people get tired of Kyrie.
They didn't, I don't think Nike came out and made a statement. Ramona Shelburne, or however you pronounce her name,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
ESPN, I guess wrote a story on it, and I think it was like a sources thing. I don't think Nike. I think Nike said something like they don't comment on contracts or something like that, but Kyrie will be involved. Something along that line. Don't quote me on that.
Is he trying to get out from under them though? Because to come out and publicly say, "Hey, I want a signature shoe," say, "Yeah, y'all don't buy these. I ain't had nothing to do with these." That's kind of weird, ain't it?
That was kind of thought out.
It is, and that's what I'm saying. Like they might
He
just
had
be
nothing
getting
to do
tired
with
of him.
What
He
you
had
say,
nothing to do
Dios?
with it. I say if he had nothing to do with it, why not say that? Tell the truth.
Well, because when you're doing business with people,
You can't sabotage.
there ain't nobody got nobody there. The truth ain't have nothing to do with what's
If you
selling.
put look like this, if you putting my name on something that I had nothing to do with it, you sabotaging my brand.
Okay, Dios. Let me
My
ask you
name
this.
is my brand.
Let me ask you this,
They
Dios.
literally are paying
Kyrie
him
ain't made no
millions of dollars.
shoes.
Yeah,
They
do you
paid
think this is the
millions of
first time
dollars.
that's happened?
That someone has come out and said, no,
That
don't
Nike
do it?
has put a shoe out in Kyrie's name and he had nothing to do with
I don't know any athlete that got their own shoe and say don't buy the shoe.
it.
I don't know nobody that say that.
No, that ain't what I'm talking about.
That's true,
But do you think
but-
that's the first time they didn't consider Kyrie when they made a
think
shoe
it probably
with his
is.
name on it?
I think so. It
So
may
why
be.
now?
First of all, the
That's
shoe
a
was
good
ugly.
question.
The shoe was
The
ugly.
last
He said the
Well,
shoe was ugly.
The
And that's why he
last
came
trash.
out. And that's why he came out and said that because
But
he said
did it
Oh,
sell,
hold on,
though?
wait.
Did it sell?
You said he came out and said because it was ugly, not because he had nothing to do with it. That's two different things.
well, he also said it was ugly, but
I know he said that, but I'm saying he ain't have no problem with them making money out the shoes they created before. He ain't had nothing to do with
Yeah,
it.
but then
he had something to do with it though. He had
They
input
went
on the
back.
shoe.
No, but then they went back to the drawing board, and I think he said he was cool with it, and they were still ugly.
I don't know about that part. If that's the case, hey, It is what it is.
Yeah, the shoe's still ugly.
I think it'll be pretty interesting if they end a relationship with Kyrie, but they reunited with Vanessa Bryant, you know what I'm saying, and signed a contract with Kobe's estate. So now Kobe did.
Why you say that's interesting?
I mean, because there was a lot of tension with Vanessa Bryant and Nike. You know what I'm saying?
All she wanted them to do was just stop selling the
Supposedly, then her telling there was tension. You know what I'm saying with Kobe before he died. With
yeah,
Nike.
that was rumors. He was trying to. I wouldn't say he was trying to get out of Nike. I think the rumor was he was trying to start his own shoe brand. I think that's what.
So why you think it was interesting that they went and got back to her? I mean that they
because she did a lot of bad mouthing Nike. You know what I'm saying?
I think her beef was that she was like, okay, y'all wasn't coming out with these shoes before he died. Let's not try to make money off his death. I think this.
I don't blame him. Sue the pants off of him.
You can't sue the pants off of them. They had a contract. Kobe Bryant ain't made not one shoe at Nike.
No,
exactly.
What do you mean?
He ain't make them shoes belong to Nike, not him.
Right.
So it don't have nothing to do with it. You can't sue the pants off of them saying you can't sell a Kobe Bryant shoe.
Okay,
that's like Adidas.
If their contract is still
when Kobe Bryant was with Adidas, they still sell those Adidas.
Who they don't call them crazy Ace. I mean, they don't call them crazy Ace.
They might not call them Kobe's or whatnot.
This is what I had got.
Yeah.
But this is what I had got from why she was after them. Supposedly they was in talks of doing a deal like Malcolm said, he was trying to make his own shoe. So he had created a logo that had something to do with his logo and his daughter's number. And Nike put that on the new shoe they created. And that's why she was suing them. Because they took that new logo and put on that shoe that he didn't authorize it before he passed.
She never sued Nike.
She was suing them. She was suing them. At least that was something I saw that she was. I don't know. Hey, you go ahead and look it up. Hey, brother, if he finds something that contradicts it, then that makes him right and I'm wrong. It's okay.
You might be right. Hell, I don't know. You might be right.
I'm pretty sure I saw something that she was suing them for that reason. That's why there was an issue between the two.
Oh no, she said she is accusing Nike of releasing an unauthorized shoe that she says honored her late daughter. I don't see nothing about suing. That don't mean nothing that I didn't see it because I only looked through like a couple of things. But actually I don't even care because neither one of them got nothing to do. I ain't making a dime off of it, so I don't care. But I thought the other beef she had was that like Nike would put out Kobe Bryant shoes, especially after they would put out shoes and like they would only put out a limited number of them, and so like a lot of people didn't have access to them because they were selling so quickly.
Like me,
I don't know about that.
I didn't have no access.
If they doing a re-release, then yeah, she ain't got nothing to say about that.
Yeah,
I ain't have no access.
That
was me and her main beef. I ain't have no access.
And they just released them shoes.
You don't need
anyway.
access.
They released them shoes.
You say they what?
The same shoes she was beefing about, they just released them like 2 weeks ago or something.
Because I think they came to a contract.
Is that because of that little contract?
They might cut a check.
Yes,
well, no, they could have released them anyway. They didn't need her approval.
I was just gonna say
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying maybe they released them now because.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying.
If their logo wasn't authorized, it wasn't owned by Nike, then they couldn't have released them.
It ain't no logo on there besides it ain't no. That's what I'm saying. It ain't no different logo on there.
I think it was just she said it was something honoring her daughter.
It wasn't no logo thing. Not on.
She didn't say nothing about a Kobe's Mamba logo or
no logo, nothing like that. Like the shoe,
Kobe's brand. It wasn't like a new brand. Like if Jordan died, the Jumpman brand. Like no, I think she said it was just a shoe that was supposed to honor her daughter.
It's got like 24 on one side and 2 on the other side. Like
which brings up an interesting question. When Jordan passed, should Nike stop selling Jordans?
Nope.
No.
They won't.
And then I think and whatever and I was gonna say and whoever on like is a partnership with Jordan as far as like whoever he leaves his estate to, they still gonna probably get paid from Nike. It's just
his
yeah.
kids
So
are
so
already,
Nike,
his
I don't
kids
think
already
Nike will
working for him.
never. Nike should never stop making Jordan.
Yeah, his kids already
Well,
What if
I'm
they
not
go
gonna
out of
say
style?
go that far, but they probably
What if they
won't.
go out of style?
They
I'm
probably
saying
should.
they. I guess my thing is why should they? Like Converse still make All Stars. Why should Nike
Because the
stop
All-Star
making? That's one of their most popular
the All-Star
shoes.
isn't about one person though.
It
Jordan
don't.
don't hoop no
Jordan
more
is
though.
Jordan is their most popular shoe.
I agree with you.
So why would I stop making the shoe that's
You
gonna
think it's
make
the
me the
most
most
popular?
money?
I'm not saying they are.
You think Jordan's the
If
most
I
That's
was
why
in
I
my
said I
wins
don't see a reason they should.
I
That's
would
why I said
bet
I
they
don't think
make the
should.
most money off of Jordan shoes.
You don't think so?
Do they? I don't know.
I would
Pretty sure
bet
they
they
do.
do. First of
I'm just
all,
asking. I don't know.
they release more Jordans. Well, let me take that back. I should say basketball shoe because I don't really pay attention outside of that. I imagine if more people buy like
Where they be
regular
selling
Nike.
out, you
I
can't
was
get them
thinking
on
like Air
TV
Maxes
now.
and stuff like that.
But you
And
gotta
maybe
think
so.
though,
I don't
but
know.
like for every
and-
one pair of Air
I would
Max,
still say Jordan.
yeah, for every
And
one
I
pair of
mean-
Air Max, that's like two pair. That's for two pair of Air Max.
I
That's
don't know,
almost one
man.
pair of Jordans.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Nah, I
but
guess
when's
my
the last-
thing is,
but
but
when's
they
the
don't
last time
run.
you
They
heard
don't.
a new Air Max come out and sell out?
I don't even
That's
pay-
what I was
couldn't
gonna
tell
say.
you
Like
last
you
time
can
a new
probably
pair of
buy
Jordans
Air
came
Max.
out.
Hey,
No, but
you can drop a
hold
Jordan,
on,
that
Dio.
boy gonna sell out
That's
the same
different.
day.
Oh, yeah.
That
Is
don't
that
mean it
because of
sells
hold
more.
on? Is that because of how many that they make versus?
Yeah, that don't mean it sells more.
No,
Man,
I'm not necessarily
I just went-
saying selling more. I'm saying they make more money off the Jordan brand.
I just went to the
Okay,
No,
you
sneaker.
can-
and that's what I'm saying.
Retail is
Never mind.
retail.
I just went to
Retail
the
is retail. The
to
resale value is different. They ain't making
I just
money off
went
the
to
resale
the I just
value.
went to the
No,
I
but I'm
just went to
saying,
the
okay,
Nike
the
Nike
the
sneaker app. Have y'all got the
Say
Nike
what,
sneaker?
Greg?
No,
Y'all got the
Greg.
Nike sneaker app.
No,
When
I
you
do
go
not.
to the Nike sneaker app and the app come on, the first thing that pop up is a Jordan sign before they even show Nike.
Okay, what does that mean?
That mean they
Biggest-
making a lot of money for that business.
but look at it
bro.
like this. When's the last time you bought a pair of Air Max, Malcolm?
I don't know, but I bet it was after I bought a pair of Jordans.
Okay, so even with that, I have more Air Max than I have Nikes. Even at the highest Air Max 95, it's gonna cost you 150, 160, right?
Okay.
Right.
Even if they make 2,000 of those, and they make 1,000
Yeah.
Jordans, just say they make 2,000, just throwing around the
Mhm.
ballpark number.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be 150, 160. Jordan gonna run you anywhere from 250 to 280. And they may only sell 1,000 of those. You're gonna make more money off that Jordan, bro, because it's gonna sell out.
Not if I can sell these Air Max 365 days a year, and I can only sell them Jordans for 2 days.
And I don't think you realize how expensive Air Max
tweet
is.
it. But check this out.
I
They
don't
may
think you
only sell
realize
for
how
those
expensive
2
Air
days
Max
for that
is.
one release. You know they're gonna drop like 5
No,
or
no, no.
6
I
a
like,
year.
but like you said, if I made 1,000 Jordans
Okay.
and I sell all those out in those first 2 days, and you say you bring out 2,000 Air Max, I give you that. That's a good way to make your argument sound great. But I guarantee you, they probably make way more than just double the amount of Jordans versus the Air Max.
Yeah.
So if I have if my inventory
It
of
depends
Air
on the colorway.
Maxes,
And I just want
They
you to
gonna
know
cut
Air
it.
Max is running for 210 too.
I was just gonna say Air Max ain't cheap at all. Like, I don't know where you get that
I
150.
feel like this.
But they don't ever
I
sell
have-
out though.
I
No.
tell you,
That's
But
what
that's
no,
what-
LJ, that's my point. Like, are they? Is it because I'm not saying they don't ever sell out, because we all know they don't. You can always go to the store and get some Air Max.
But there's so
But
many
is that
different
only
variants.
because?
all Jordans
Is
don't
that
sell out either.
because
All Jordans don't
do.
sell out either?
Damn
we know that? No, they
Hold
don't.
on,
They
hold
don't.
on.
All
Damn,
Jordans do not sell.
Are you
All
Jordans
talking
don't
about
sell out.
No,
you talking about
All Jordans don't sell out.
re-releases?
I'm talking about shoes.
I can guarantee
You
you
talking about
the ones that's gonna sell out is the ones that come out on Christmas. The retros that come out on Christmas, they gonna sell out. And
All
yes,
Jordans
Greg,
do not
all
sell out.
new releases do not sell out.
I don't know
Those
about that.
those retro releases,
Maybe
they sell out.
maybe not in
that's
y'all
what I'm
side.
talking about too. I'm talking about the red.
Bro,
I'm
let
talking
all
it
about
hang,
the
Jordans.
Jordans.
I can
Let
go
it
buy some
hang, let it
Jordans
be
right
gone.
now. I can go buy some Jordans right now.
You can go to the store and get some Jordans, bro. Like, don't act like you can't go to the store
The ones that came out today, it say sold out. My side, they sold
Okay,
out.
congratulations. That's one shoe.
that's one pair.
but
Like,
the
Jordan don't come out
distinction
with more than
here
one
is
pair of shoes.
And today ain't Christmas. You
And
know
but
what I'm
I
saying?
guess my thing-
hold on.
my
I think
question
the
was-
distinction here is that when probably like when me and Dio say Jordans, we thinking the number Jordans, not like
right.
Chris
All
Paul,
them don't sell out.
Russell Westbrook.
Oh, I'm
You know
talking
what I'm
about Air Jordans. MJ was wearing. That's what I'm talking about.
Retro. Once again, I just said the retros sell out. I just said.
Okay. My bad. I misunderstood. I'm gonna say them things be gone.
But that's what I'm asking. Do they sell out because of the volume that they make? Or do they sell out because they make the same amount of Air Max and the same amount of those retros, and those retros just go faster?
Or
is it because they only make a certain amount of those retros?
Quantity of Jordans.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm asking. And that's what I'm asking about Air Max.
That's a question that nobody on here can answer. Everybody would just make an argument that supports their argument. Oh yeah, they got an unlimited, not necessarily unlimited, but they're gonna make more Air Max. That's why they always got them in stock, and they don't make the same amount of Jordans. It could be they make the same amount of both shoes,
and they just sell out faster. That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up.
Air Max is big on the people wear Air Maxes just like Jordans for everyday wear, right? But there's also like the lifestyle community, like the running community, the cross country community, the hiking community, like that, wear Air Maxes. So I would assume, but they say you shouldn't assume that Air Maxes sell on an annual basis more than Jordans do. I would make that.
I'm a person to say, like LJ said, we don't specifically know, but I would say they don't. But it's possible. You may be right because they have so many different variations of the Air Max.
And they got so many variations of the Jordans too.
No. Well, they have to a certain extent, but you can go in the store and find. Listen to me. You're gonna, because like you said, the Air Max Retro is gonna sell out. So you're not gonna really go in the store and find too many different variations. You may find one. You're gonna find one retro. It may be not gonna be the size you need for sure, and you're gonna have other Jordan.
Did he pull a Greg on us? Did he cut out during mid-sentence? Did he cut out mid-sentence?
Zoom got tired of him lying.
He froze up.
Zoom got tired of him lying.
Watch out now.
The Nike, this is according to Yahoo, the Nike Air Max 270 was the top selling sneaker of the year.
Air Max?
Air Force One, Air Max XC, Air Max 90, Revolution 5, Air Vapor Max Plus.
Ain't no Jordans on that list. Are they probably just going through Nike shoes then?
No, I guess it's just top selling shoes in general.
Oh, okay. Because obviously is Jordan brand included in that?
Nah.
Are you saying top selling shoes in general?
I mean, like I'm not.
Yeah, Jordan not gonna be up there. I'm sorry, he's not gonna be up there.
I'm looking at an article with just top selling shoes in 2021, and they got the Air Force Lows is #1, the Air Max 270 is #2, the Vapor Max Nike is #3. Revolution.
Ain't you reading the same list, AJ?
Mine's is hypebeast.com. The only
I guess when y'all saying top selling overall shoes, I can guarantee you Jordan not gonna be up there. Like it's too many randoms that walk around that don't wear Jordan, bro.
That's what I was saying. Like there's so many people. Like Jordan is a niche,
a culture,
a niche, but it's a huge niche.
Yeah,
like everybody wear Air Maxes. Like regardless,
everybody don't wear Air Max.
No, what I'm saying is like regardless of what your kind of like cultural lifestyle is or something like that, everybody.
I think
most people kind of.
You talking about the running community? You got more people running wearing New Balances and hookahs and Brooks.
But but didn't you just say what you said the number one selling shoe was?
Air Force Ones.
Nah, you said something. Okay, right. I thought you said the Air Max low, but okay.
No. It had that Air Max as #2, but it had the Air Force One #1.
I done burned a hole in this one.
Oh, we got on that subject, to be honest. I have no idea. Anyway, there's a question I want to ask y'all. There's two questions, but I'll ask this one first. This one kind of bugs me, but I'm gonna get y'all opinion. How do y'all feel about people having a birthday party or like an annual celebration for somebody that died, like a block party or like a club type party?
I mean, that's big in New Orleans culture. They have a second line, you know what I'm saying? Honoring somebody that died.
like he's saying, do they repeat that the next year?
Oh, not
Me
really.
personally, I don't want to be a part of it. Don't do it for me.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't want it for myself. But to answer your question, not really, not more so like every year. I guess it would have to be like a prominent person, you know what I'm saying? Somebody like really well respected and well known, maybe, but nah, I'm straight on that. Like a party, a club party. And what's up with these
I'm
folks?
saying like a
Oh
club. Like, you don't
yeah, I
necessarily
would
have to
say
be
I
at a
don't know
club,
about that one.
but like a
I
club
ain't been in too many
atmosphere.
club parties for dead folks.
No, I mean like a
Hey,
But, you
club
know,
like
what you should,
atmosphere.
They
Malcolm,
got
what you should have
they got
asked, is it okay to take your body to the club? Like they did that.
Yeah, didn't they do that, bro?
that
That
article
was
recently.
crazy.
Did you see that?
That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life until I saw that.
What kind of funeral home
Bro,
allows that to happen?
What kind
Hey,
of
whoever
club
the one
allows
that
it to happen?
you paid for them to pull the body there,
Bro,
like that's
what kind
bro,
of savage individual do you have to be to kick it in the club and there's a dead body up in there? You just
Hey,
got
I'm
your
gonna ask you a
I'ma tell
question.
you,
Hold on,
it's
wait.
three people fault.
man in the club.
It's three people
Go
fault.
ahead,
I'm
Greg.
tell you
Go
who
ahead,
it is.
LJ. Go
Tell
ahead.
you who it is. Tweety, Dios, and Curtis. Because every time one of these young folk pop up and they good in sports, they always holler about, yeah, I was coaching so-and-so. Yeah, y'all got these young whippers.
What they got to do with? Hold on.
Yeah,
You sound like
nah,
Greg now. What that got to do with the club? Everybody being in the club.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with that at all. That
These
ain't got
young
nothing to do with that.
whippersnappers came up under y'all, and y'all ain't teaching me.
Oh Lord Jesus!
yeah. You gotta take good with the bad.
I'm gonna shut that on. I ain't birthed not one of them. I ain't have no hand in now one of them getting here on this earth.
Wait,
I'm not a parent.
Okay.
I'm not a parent to now one of them.
Okay, so if a kid you coach make it, you won't take no credit for it.
I won't know. I would not. You ain't. No,
what I mean,
a kid that I
would say,
coach
I
plays for the
remember
Pittsburgh
coaching him.
Steelers right now.
I remember you said, I remember when I coached him, blah, blah, blah.
I can say that for somebody that didn't go nowhere. It don't matter where they go. Like it don't matter. I don't care about that.
Yeah, y'all part of the problem.
America is doomed. You just sitting in the club with
man. He say y'all part of the problem. No, I mean, it is what it is. I know I ain't a part of that problem, so I ain't tripping.
Hey,
but it is,
Malcolm, if you go to the club, you go to the bar, get your drink, and you didn't realize it was a dead body in there, but you turn around and you say dead body, you gonna finish your drink or you just gonna leave? You gonna
finish that drink. That shit high.
Wait, time out. Y'all still go to the club?
No,
I haven't been to the club and I don't know how long, bro. I couldn't tell last time I've been to the club.
I went to a nightclub in Seattle when I went, and I totally regretted it when I went too. I totally regretted it. I was like,
Hello, Greg. Did you wear a polo shirt like that?
You know I did.
Yeah. Collar looking all nasty.
When's the last time y'all went to Greg says Seattle. When's the last time y'all went to a club?
A club?
I gotta say, I can't tell you last time I went to a club.
I was probably 20.
Hold up, Tweety. I can't take that.
Oh yeah, I can. But I guess it was a team thing. But yeah, it was last year. It was a team thing when we went to fourth quarter. You right?
I was just gonna say, thing. I forgot about that.
But hey, hold on. Hold on, Dio.
Is that a club? Is that a club?
How many people was in there, Dio? How many people was in there, Dio?
It's about 6 of us.
There ain't no club, bro.
There was nobody in there.
What's a club?
Like I said, it was a team.
Are y'all considering like bars and lounges or clubs?
I thought he was talking about
strictly just clubs.
Technically, I get fourth quarter is a club, but when we went in there, I swear to God, with number like 5 people because it was a team thing. It was a Cedar Chris coming little fundraiser thing.
As soon as they start filling up, what I do, Twitter.
Hey, I'm right behind you. Yeah, I'm right behind you. Time to go.
If you come to Houston and you go to 50-15, it's gonna be a bunch of people out there. You might think it's a club, but really it's just a bar and it's a lounge.
Now I'm like Malcolm. Are you considering bars and lounges the club scene, or you just talking about strictly nightclubs?
Because if I gotta pay to get in, I'm not going in.
I don't even know. I don't go to bars. I don't go to none of that. Let me take that back. I would go to.
Why am I gonna pay you just to walk into the building? That don't make no sense.
Depending on where you're going.
Cover charge.
Hold on, I'm gonna explain that why. Right?
LJ say depending on where you're going.
And I'm gonna explain why. Because, like, for example, like I don't go to clubs and all that, but I will go to. My wife and I will go to a jazz lounge, and they'll have like a jazz group.
Sometimes
they're playing music. Yeah, sometimes they have so. You kind of when you pay the little,
you gotta pay to get.
Or you pay for the table.
Okay,
pay for the table.
To pay the people that's.
Well, they might have like a drink minimum. You know what I'm saying? 2 drink minimum.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you a question, LJ. On a normal night with after live performances, do they have a cover charge?
No.
I don't know. I only go. I think.
Hold
on. They only open when they have the place.
Gotcha.
When they open. They have people.
They always have a live performance.
Yeah, okay, I don't think they. The place I've been to, I don't think they open.
Kind of like Buttons, Tweety.
Got you. Yeah, Buttons always had somebody live. Yeah.
Y'all. I know y'all be in them strip clubs tricking out y'all little, tricking out $10.
Now there's one place I ain't been in one of them places since early to mid 20s.
Have your picture in the kitchen in one of them.
Hey, that might be true. That might be true. I don't know. That might be true. That might be true.
Do you remember what year was the last year you was to a strip club?
Wings used to hit.
Who? You say who you say, Dio?
No, I said, do you remember the year? Last time you went?
The year?
Or strip club?
Nah, last time I went to a strip club, if I'm be honest, the year was probably like
hey, y'all married. Y'all might want to
16, 17. Like maybe 16, 17, 2016, 2017, be honest with you. It was a bachelor party. Somebody bachelor party. It was whack too.
I think my wife know every time I've been.
You ain't going to the strip club for that lunch buffet? Y'all ain't going?
Boy, nah. If I want lunch buffet, I go to Golden Corral, bro.
Golden Corral.
Hey,
I'm just saying, I ain't been to a buffet in a while, bro. I just go get my food and go home.
Why he late to court on the radio? Y'all see him, right?
Hold on. You say what, Dio?
Greg just told y'all why he be late to the courtroom.
Yeah.
He had that lunch buffet.
He on that Lou Williams. He got that Greg Harden at the strip club. Got that. Give me that G Harden. Give me that G Harden.
Don't get yourself in trouble. Hey, listen, I'm the good Samaritan. I'm trying to tell y'all better leave the topic alone.
Greg, you be getting
that. They say they gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. You're not gonna find me in nobody's strip club.
Greg,
I'm trying to get y'all
Greg,
out of this.
Lemon pepper, extra, all flats, extra wet.
Yeah, I'm trying to throw y'all alive and move on from this part of it.
Hey, now I think the last time I've been was in 2014.
I'll get in trouble.
He said he'll get in trouble.
The next question I have is this came like it just popped in my head the other day. Just curious to like get y'all thoughts on it. So the question is, how important is a degree to you for your offspring? And I'll preface it by saying, like, say, if one of your kids, you know, found something that they love to do, like while in high school, for example, like they love washing cars, right? And they wanted to start their own detailing service. How important, if they want to do that, would it be for for them to still get their degree? Like, is it still important if they found something they think they can make a living off and a career out of without one? Like, is it still important to you for them to go get their degree?
Nah, I think if they're making enough money to be able to take care of themselves and, you know what I'm saying, handle their business, nah, I don't think a degree is necessary.
I'm gonna say it
disqualified from this question.
I'm gonna say it depends.
That's a tweet.
Okay.
That's a hype. I keep telling you, you got a child.
Hey, Malcolm, I'm gonna tell you like this. If she ain't came forward yet, I don't have a child.
No, you know who I'm talking about.
Who?
Christian.
Oh, nah. Hey, bro, honestly, I can't even say that that's mine no more, bro. I had like that's a whole different situation. But yeah, all I can do is talk to him now, bro. It's a whole situation behind that. But Yeah, nah, I ain't. Look, I'm disqualified from this question. I can't really answer this.
You
You
said
can
if
have,
they
you can still have
find,
one in the future.
Yeah, that's it. But I don't know how I will feel until I have a child. But I ain't gonna. I think that's one of those I can't really give no opinion on
I feel you on
until I
that.
have a child. Like,
Malcolm, you said, can you say the question again?
I said, how important, like, would a degree be for you, to you, for your offspring to get one? Like, but I'm purposely by saying, say, by junior, senior high school, they kind of find something they want to make a career out of that don't necessarily need a degree to be able to do it. But I just use car detailing.
I mean, I would. It's always important to me, but I mean, at the end of the day, see, it's your life to live, and you gotta live with the choices you make. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you my guidance, and I'm gonna give you my opinion, but you know what I'm saying? I might try to guide you in a direction that I think is the best direction, because just because you find something that you enjoy doing don't mean it's something that can sustain you when you 20, I mean, when you 30, 40 years from now. You know what I'm saying? One of the problems that teenagers have, I know I'm the only one who got teenagers, but I know all y'all probably been around teenagers, and we all been teenagers, is they short-sighted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They only think about right here.
right
They
now.
don't most of them, not all of them. You do have teenagers who see 10, 15 years down the line. They tend to do that as they get older. But when they're younger, teenage, 14, 15, 16, 17, even 18, you know what I'm saying? They tend to just see right here. They don't think 5, 10, 15 years down the line. So for me, I would have it would just depend on what it is. Like, if it's like to me, like if one of my kids was like, and like they learned how to code and they knew how to code really well, and they said I didn't want to go to college, I'd be like, shit, all right, cool. You don't need no college degree to be a coder. You can always, you know what I'm saying? You can go make $100,000 in 5 years because you know how to code. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, cool, that's an emerging field. That ain't going nowhere. You can always make plenty of money doing it, and you can always improve. But if you saying like, oh, he want to be a detailer, I'll be like, hold on, pimp. I'm not a detailer, but you know what I'm saying? Like something that
Something that you know that you won't.
business is kind of can be like this.
It's wavy.
Like, nah.
Yeah, it got peaks and valleys in the business.
It just, but like I said, it just depends.
Okay. So what if the son?
He was saying if his son chose something that had those kind of like you own or you
all
the way out.
Because there's a lot of things.
No, I don't know. He just
but you ain't making no damn money in no detail. You ain't gonna be a
I
detailer.
disagree on that one.
I mean,
well, hold on. And this, I'm glad you're gonna say that, because this is what I would tell you.
Hold on, what you say?
I look at it like this, right? I don't look at when you tell me somebody's making money, and I believe that people can be successful, right? But I don't look at anecdotal and you say 1, 2, 5, 10, right? For every car wash, there's probably like so you might have one car wash, right? Let's say somebody own a car wash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you might have let's say a computer company, and they might have 6 programmers. All those coders make more than anybody who works there, with the exception of probably the owner. So that's what I don't know.
I said I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, you program if you make 6 figures easily.
No, I'm saying I don't know what the other people. You said the only people that's making more money is the owners. I'm saying I don't know.
Yeah, if you're a manager at a car wash,
I would always say
making more money. You ain't making 6 figures.
Is always making the most money. That's what I would say.
Who?
I mean, like my answer.
The sales department.
Similar to LJ's. It just depends. Your question makes me think about the cat that just recently died. That was the director of Louis Vuitton, Virgil Abloh, the foreign cat. He was the artistic director of Louis Vuitton. You know, he was real good friends with Kanye West. But his parents, they're foreigners. They made him go to school and get his engineering degree. And he always was into the arts, and he was always into fashion. But I kind of feel like, too, like you tell me you want to go into fashion, like, nah, you want to go to get you a degree, you know what I'm saying? Because it might not necessarily be a future in that. But if you tell me, like, I want to be going to carpentry, and I want to get an apprenticeship, and I want to construction, people going to always need houses, people going to always need carpentry.
Listen, you know I would encourage my son to go to college instead of going into construction.
Say what?
It depends on the individual.
What'd you say, LJ?
Well, now
Yeah,
I
we
agree. I
talking
kind
about
of
what
agree
we
with
would
LJ
encourage. I would encourage
because
my kids to go to college as opposed to
well, I mean,
doing any construction after high school.
I think if I can, I ain't gonna say what I would do for my child, but if your child say they wanted to be in construction, I'm kind of along with LJ. I would still kind of push them to go to college because the person who's telling you what to do probably has a degree in engineering. And and even though it's a construction, like you building the construction, somebody had to come up with the design, somebody had to come up with the specs. And
Okay.
if you go to
kids
college
all the
for
time,
this,
one of the
then
benefits.
you can be the boss. My
Yeah.
fault.
I'm just playing devil advocate on that, Tweety. I'm
Okay.
not saying I agree with you or disagree with you. I'm just saying. So you said the person that he's working for,
not the supervisor.
or
I
the
ain't
boss,
talking about the
whatever.
supervisor.
I'm just boss, whatever.
Yeah. The one
so
whose name is on the design of the building.
He went to school to be an engineer.
Right.
Why can't he just learn under him?
I mean,
you can't be a practicing engineer without a degree.
Without a degree in engineering, because most companies not gonna hire
you don't get to just roll out
to be a lead engineer.
You got to have a degree, and you got to pass. You got to pass a licensing exam.
I'm telling you, because you're probably not gonna be that dude without having a degree in engineering. Like that's why I would encourage that. Just because when he said construction, there is a level to that in that field that college could benefit you from. So yeah, bro.
And if we just being honest, we ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. We just being honest. Generally speaking, not always. When you go to companies, generally speaking, not always, the people in charge got college degrees.
For the most part.
Yeah, not always.
And it's crazy whether they're qualified for the job or not. Like they probably have a college degree in something. Not always, but I'm with LJ.
Because you always hear them old head be like, man, the dude came in. He 10 years younger than me.
He younger than me. Yep.
And I'm the only one know how to work the machine.
But
you don't even know what he doing here.
I think that's not changing, but I think you're starting to see more of it.
Hold on. But let me say this, because I was gonna say that you can still make a good living. Like for instance, my old lady, right? She's an ops manager. She's the ops manager at the warehouse. She has no college degree, but she makes 6 figures.
Oh my gosh, I hate when people you try to give me an anecdotal answer.
No, I understand. I'm about to hurt my daughter. I understand you said something about anecdotal. But what I'm saying is possible. But I was gonna say, what if your son came to you and said he wanted to be a barber or go be in the military for 20 plus years?
I already told my kids I don't think I wouldn't want them to join the military. Yeah,
you muted or something.
I'm with you. I would tell mine not the same.
Who do you muted?
But at the same time, they can make a good living at that.
That's a good living to me. Everybody see what a good living is. Two different things.
That's subjective.
I don't think being in the military is a good living. I mean, and I'm not talking about the pay.
You're talking about the lifestyle.
The pay is fine. You know, I made a bunch of money when I was in the army.
Well, no. Don't say the pay is fine. Pay for officers is fine.
Hey, I was an officer, so that's all I can speak for. I can only speak for me. I ain't speaking for nobody else.
Without a college degree, he would not be an officer.
Yeah, but and I'm not. But
you have to have a college degree to be an officer.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
I didn't know military needed ranks, like needed not education, but I didn't think a degree was like that important in the military. I thought it was more based on tenure and stuff like that.
You can have a general academic degree just as long as you got one. They don't care. As long as
in most jobs, that's all they want to see. Because most jobs look at it as like you just committed to something and you finish it. That's all they care.
You can go be a warrant officer without a degree and still make
I don't think. I ain't never applied for no job. I ain't applied for too many jobs that say as long as you got a degree that can check the box.
I've made quite a few. They just want you to have a degree. As long as you put it on there.
What I'm saying is,
that'll get you in law school. You don't have to
we don't have a degree. Greg, you the only one in this group probably think lawyers smarter than everybody. I just think y'all professional liars.
Dios and LJ,
you try to make it seem like it's a big deal. You got to have some special in law school.
Hey, Dios and LJ, I got a question.
You have a degree in general
Hey, is that one of the reasons that the Army is probably willing to pay for somebody to go to college because they want people to kind of step up and be officers or be able to be eligible to be officers, or that's just something that
They pay for
they
they
use
want
to
to pay
get
for people
more
to go to
people.
college because officers generally know when as a young officer, you generally understand that one, you can make more money as a civilian doing
Right.
less with a million times, well, maybe not a million times, but with a lot less stress and a lot more predictability in your life and being treated like a human without thinking you should. Well, some of them get treated pretty badly. I didn't, but I've
Okay,
seen some of them
okay.
get abused, not physically abused, but like, treated like they ain't worth a quarter. But yeah, I mean, the Army has, well, when I was in the Army, they had a problem,
My
man.
attitude too bad.
They had a
You said they had a problem with?
They had a problem with keeping those oh gosh, I forgot what they call them. Not company grade officers. Like when they hit captain, that's when they lose a lot of officers. Because most of them by the end they like, well, I can make more money in the civilian world doing what I'm doing now, managing the same amount of people with less stress. I don't have to go to war, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot, you can actually you can actually like parent your kids and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Now, because that's why I was wondering, was that an encouragement for people to become officers that they'll pay for you to go to college, or is that just another niche to get more people to join the military that will pay for a college education? I thought it was an end game to
yeah, they ain't
kind
paying
of
for no college education if you ain't getting no you ain't gonna come in to be an officer. Otherwise,
officer.
you
That's
gotta
what I
use
figured. Okay.
your tuition assistance or whatever, GI or whatever.
That answered my
right?
question.
Ain't that the same thing though?
No.
What's
What?
that?
Nah,
tuition assistance and GI Bill, two different things.
Oh, okay.
No, I meant to say I'm asking. I've never been in the military. Never will. They say never, but I can say I never went to the military.
Too old.
Yeah, you too
Nah, it
soft.
ain't even that. If they have a damn
you too
draft,
soft.
I go to jail. I go to jail.
Ain't it an age limit though? Like after a
I don't
while,
know.
you too old to get in the military, ain't you?
It don't
Well,
matter.
it's like 40s on the enlisted side, ain't deals?
Well, it's changed now since they don't need as many people, but it went back
They get
down.
up
Yeah,
the
it done
limit. I
dropped
don't give a
down,
damn.
right?
I ain't going.
At one point in time, like when I first joined and it was real heavy, they was letting people join up until 42.
Yeah, that's what I
Really?
thought it was. 42.
Hey, what
Okay.
Lauren Fishburne saying, boys in the hood?
But now that they went back down to the 30s, I know at one point in time,
I think it's in the 30s now.
38, between 36 and 38 somewhere. I know on the Air Force, they won't take you past 32, I think, something like that. You know, between 32, they won't take.
Black man got no place in the army, Trey.
Now that's what I'm saying. You talk to them because they can't even. You too old. They don't want you.
It don't matter. I've been saying this since I was
there was also a movie.
You say what, man?
I've been saying this since I was young. They can have a draft. It didn't matter. I wouldn't go.
What's the deal? They want them young folk.
I ain't taking a bullet for no.
Yeah, they do.
Over there.
You ain't got to take a bullet.
I ain't.
That's what I was.
Put myself
both
in
of them
place
just
to take a
said. Both of them said before that they ain't have to take no real fine like that. Like
I don't give a damn.
I didn't say that. Deal said that.
Look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Deal said I didn't say that.
I ain't gonna make the boot camp.
Say what?
Yell at me like that.
Like you ain't really have to get into too much action over where
All that screaming in my face. You ain't gonna. Hey,
bro.
I don't know. Okay. How to be quiet.
We're gonna be real.
I don't know how to be quiet.
When you go to war, 9 times out of 10, you over there doing your job.
I said boot camp.
You over there doing your job. If your
job, he talking to me right now.
Oh, okay.
If your job ain't to be on the front lines, that's that.
You doing a lot of skipping in and out too.
You broke up, Deal. You froze.
Yeah, you said if your job ain't being on the front lines, then what?
My connections ain't stable right now.
Hey, and Windstream will do that to you. You need to get upgraded.
That who? That who?
Windstream.
Hey, man, that's now. Ever since they started building all these new houses around me, man, the damn service has gotten terrible around here.
They paying them folks that got money.
But I was saying, if your job don't have you on the front line, bro, you're not gonna be on there. You ain't gotta worry about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you tell it.
Like I said, you got you have military is a job. You have a job, bro, and you gonna do your job. That's it. If your job is to be in the kitchen, you're gonna be in the kitchen. That's what you gonna be doing.
I believe you.
Okay.
You ain't gotta convince me.
But no, I think LJ answered my initial question though about the college education. He said, "Yeah, they ain't gonna pay for your college if you ain't finna be no officer."
No, that's what I said.
You
I
know.
thought the GI Bill paid for your college. It sounds like
You pay for the GI. Yeah.
Oh, you did? I don't know.
Well, that you do, not the post 9/11, you don't.
Yeah, post 9/11 is free, but the
Really?
other one, the Montgomery
Okay.
GI Bill, you had to pay for that one. I mean, it was not equivalent to paying for college, but it was like $1,200.
But now it is, or something like that.
That's free now.
Yeah,
Post
Really?
9/11.
Like post 9/11 GI Bill pays for college. Like that's what that is.
So the way that works,
straightforward. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying the way it works is it depends on how long you was in. So you get they give you a percentage. So like if you have to been in for a certain amount of time before they pay for your they pay for a certain amount of months.
Gotcha.
Right. So for instance, for me, like I was in long enough. They gave me 36 months. They would pay for 36 months of school for me. Now, if I finish in 36 months, they'll pay for it. If I don't, the rest of it's on me.
Gotcha.
Oh boy, I feel sorry for somebody that be slacking.
Not Dio, my bad. Greg.
Yeah.
What up? Let's get this lawyer update for these rappers. Why they keep charging all these rap? Oh, Dio, calm down. I know you about to get upset.
He said, "Dio, calm down."
Start talking about
No, I'm looking at my damn kids right now, bro. They keep running in and out here, man.
I started talking about Dio rappers. And
he said, "Calm down, Dio."
Hey, Dio.
He said, "Calm down, Dio."
Before you start, Dio. Before you start, Greg. He gone. I'm gonna say
who Dio?
Yeah, he gone.
Now, what would you finna say, LJ though? Like, what about the rappers? What?
You know, with all these rappers, this will be the third rapper group
with the Rico law.
Rico.
Yeah, I heard they charged somebody else, YFN and Lucci. Yeah, of course, Casanova was part of a big gang that got charged with Rico.
Oh, really?
Other charges.
They hit Tekashi 6ix9ine with Rico charges.
Oh, that's right. They sure did.
Really? Recently?
No,
damn.
He got locked up.
That's when he got. That's when he was. You know. Okay.
Yeah. What's it? Then they just did these. So, Greg,
Rico just organized crime. It's just racketeering. It's just organized crime.
So what's the difference between like state and federal RICO? Is it just? I mean, I know you always hear that rumor that if the feds come knocking, you can almost guarantee you're gonna get locked up because they don't miss very often.
Hold on before you start, Greg. Hold on, Greg.
Yeah.
Dios.
Yes, sir.
I just want to let you know I shouted out your boy on the show today, Kevin Samuels. I said RIP to Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, he did, bro. He did. He
brought a smile to his face.
What did you say after that? What did you say after the fact, though? That's the problem. What did you say after the fact?
I was talking shit to Greg afterwards.
Yeah, nobody ain't say nothing after the fact.
You talking shit, huh?
I'll tell you why I brought it up. Because Greg was talking about some shit we wouldn't talk about, so I just said RIP Kevin Samuels.
No, I think the difference there, LJ, is interstate commerce. You know what I'm saying? I think when you start doing business across state lines, that's what makes it federal. Because I know with Casanova, it was like he was running drugs what he pled to was running drugs from New York all the way down to the state of Florida. So I think that's what makes it a federal case. But with Thugger, with Young Thug and Gunner, it's all state, right? That's just the DA in Fulton County got them locked up, right? That's just all that.
I ain't never read. I'm not gonna read the indictment.
I thought they was fair too, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the DA there. She also is prosecuting, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump too. So she's
damn.
She's real busy. She's real busy.
And can we just answer it? I gotta give my obligatory question. Why people starting? Why as soon as they get locked up, people saying
you say what?
They all here.
One thing people need to know.
YSL is this?
People always talking about. They always talking about freedom of speech and how can they use their lyrics and this and that. freedom of speech is not absolute, man. If you
Hold on.
out committing crimes, and you stupid enough to put it on
Hold on.
wax, like,
Ain't
dude,
freedom of speech just the right to say it? That don't mean you can't incriminate yourself when you speak. You know, you free to speak.
They play.
That's why police tell you, hey, anything you say can and will be used. Like you can say what you want, but we can use that in court.
Yeah, well, some lyric that Young Thug said something that he didn't pull the trigger, but he knew about the body. Some he said, like, why would he say that? Why would he say that?
It's just art.
See?
No, because it's Grand Theft Auto. You can do this and then use the cheat code to get out of jail. That's all right.
It's art. I mean,
Boy, you stupid.
I hate it when I wish.
So I mean, I don't know if y'all heard about with Casanova what he played to, but he played to a lot of stuff.
He got accused of a lot of stuff too.
he played to like gunning folks down. I'm like, dude, you a rapper? You the trigger man too?
I have a question.
Like,
I have a serious question.
I didn't see that.
I have a serious question.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up.
Made a song.
I think he played to that.
Now this dude made a song.
Yeah.
Who Casanova?
Yeah.
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 Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all
really is.
Nah.
Hey,
then that rapper, then the rapper from Arlington, then the rapper from Arlington, Tay kind of get locked up behind his rap lyrics too.
Yeah, but
I thought he shot somebody.
Don't get me wrong. Hold on. I ain't say. That's why I said kind of, because they had evidence upon evidence upon evidence that he done killed people and he was robbing people. But the fact that he really made a song,
he had the AK in the video.
Who?
He was walking around calling himself TK-47.
TK-47.
Who was that?
He was a little young rapper from Arlington. He in jail right now.
But he like 17. You know what I'm saying? He got a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Casanova ain't 17. Young Thug is over 30. Young Thug over 30.
Young Thug old.
But Casanova been in and out of prison though.
That too.
Assuming that he wasn't lying about his life story in these different interviews. He done did time. Before.
Right. I mean, like
some of these people just like being in jail.
He did serious jail time, and I'm like, dude, you
Uncle Edgar said if you like going back to jail, you got something in there.
You made millions of dollars selling records. You going to brunches with Jay-Z. How you gonna be the trigger man? What are you doing?
What do you mean? What they got to do? He ain't got Jay-Z money.
No,
damn sure don't. Damn sure don't.
Stuff that happened in the past. That's what they got him with. Stuff that happened in the past.
Well, I think technically everything that happened.
Indeed.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't read
Casanova admitted to being involved in a Florida shooting on July 5th, 2020, a robbery in New York City on August the 5th in 2018, and conspiring to traffic in over 100 kilograms of marijuana from New York. Florida.
But the shooting was I remember I did see that part.
AKA go sit your ass.
He didn't agree. He didn't confess to being a shooter. He was just there when it happened. That's what happened. He was there when it happened.
Why would he even plead to that?
He was
I mean, the feds got a really high.
Well, he's pleading now, hoping that he's going to get a lesser jail time because he hit him with everything.
Yeah,
he's going to get hit with everything.
He's facing 60 years.
Right? Don't y'all think should they give him 60?
No.
Why not?
You want to give
black community? Hey, LJ, as a black community, hell no. As an American, hell yeah.
If he did everything that they're saying he did, yes, get him off the streets. But because you're an accessory to something, or you talked about doing something, that doesn't necessarily mean you need to be.
Yeah. You want everybody that's participating.
LJ has said he does not believe in proportional punishment. He said, "Get that riffraff off the street, overweight, knock him up, and throw in
I did not say I didn't believe in proportional punishment. What I'm saying is, at some point, we gotta say, "Listen, you are what you are." I mean, let's be real. At some point, you gotta say you are what you are.
Yeah,
right? Casanova been in and out of prison. I think his last stint was like 7 years or something like that. He got out. I'm not sure how big his rap career was in terms of like how much money he was making. I don't know. I followed him on social media because I like some of his music. I always thought his interviews was pretty entertaining. But clearly,
you're a heathen. You're a
he's
heathen.
still doing the same stuff. Now, why we want somebody out there that gonna keep tearing up the world?
He wasn't doing that.
What you mean? What, he played
You're a
guilty?
menace to society.
Something that happened in the past, LJ.
Goddamn, Dios, every crime you commit is happening in the past. He did it. It don't matter. When you kill somebody today, they might not arrest you for 2 years. You still a murderer.
But that young thug.
How many times do we get to go? I'm not saying they should give him life or nothing like that. I'm not even saying how much time they give him. I'm just saying at some point you are what you are. What is Casanova showing you? That don't matter how much money he's making as a normal citizen, as a law-abiding citizen, he gonna dip his toe back in the criminal world.
It don't make sense at all to me.
But his work wasn't dipping his toe in the criminal world, bro. He wasn't. He was actually on straight
Deals.
That boy.
Wait, hold on, Deals. Hold on, Deals. Let me ask you a question, Deals. So you're gonna say hold on, let me ask you a question. You're gonna say you know what Casanova did better than he do.
Do what?
You know, so you're gonna say you know what Casanova did better than Casanova does.
No, but hold tight, cause what you just asked me is going to what I was asking Greg.
Okay.
Greg, that shooting that he confessed to or whatnot that happened. When was that? Didn't they say 2015?
They said 2020. They said 2020.
2020? Okay.
2020.
He's been in jail for about 2 years now. Maybe not 2 years, year and a half. He's been in jail for
over a year.
A little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, a lot of
like Casanova need deals.
after they cop a plea, say they really didn't do it.
And he don't want me. He be in jail for life. Fuck with me.
Yeah,
you don't want me to defend him.
Greg ain't gonna defend him like.
And
that.
I believe in like I ain't saying that like you know what I'm saying.
Greg gonna be late.
I'm not saying that like people don't make mistakes.
If you didn't do it, I'm not playing you. If you say you didn't do it, I'm not playing you.
Yeah,
because
and let me just be clear. I don't believe that just because you go to prison, you're a bad person. Listen, we all probably don't. I done stole stuff in my life and all of that. You know what I'm saying? We all. But what I'm saying is,
gonna be at your door next. Keep playing.
Hey, listen, man. Yeah. I stole something myself.
Statute limitations ran on that, huh?
Yeah. It done been gone. Time's over. But my point is like. You know what I'm saying? Like California got that 3 strikes law. Like at some point,
you know what I'm saying?
Texas got it too. A lot of states do.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, and it's like okay, if you keep going in and out of jail, especially with some of these crimes that these folks committing, like they terrorize society.
Yeah, I mean habitual defenders is a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. We ain't got nobody got to keep. Yeah.
I guess
what want to go to jail say they ain't treat me right. Well then, listen, if you don't commit crime, we ain't gonna put you in jail.
I said, what would he have to do? What would he have to do for you to think he needs to go sit down?
Yeah, kill some damn body.
He already done that.
That's it?
No, he didn't.
Well, hold on. Here's the other thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dio. So Greg, I think he was charged also with like he was like supposed to be like one of the leaders, right?
Yeah, ringleaders.
Casanova?
Technical term.
Yes.
I'm saying they saying Casanova is the leader of some blood gang or whatever.
Yeah, it's stretched from like New York to Florida or something like that.
Okay, well,
but they said the same thing about Young Thug.
That's what they say.
They
said like leader, but that's what they're gonna use to put it on.
Dio,
because he didn't start
to me, Dio. You live in Dallas. You know the whereabouts and the movements and the life of a rapper who lived in New York.
Want me to answer the question?
You probably don't even know Casanova's real name.
At the moment, I can't tell on top of my head, but I did know it. But neither here nor there. The reason why I say he's not the leader of the game because he did not start that game. That game started long before he was in, bro.
Hold on, wait a minute.
What the hell?
I'm not talking about just Bloods in the general. that particular set that he
I
was
know what you're
claiming.
talking about, but what they got to do with anything? The current CEO of Amazon didn't start it.
It's not like okay, never mind. Continue. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We're not
I'm
gonna go
just
there.
saying they can't change leaders. Is all I'm saying.
Yes, they can. They can. But it's not like changing CEOs. It's totally different from that.
They can
I'm
still
just
change
asking.
leaders. The leadership
Yes.
changes.
That's all I'm asking.
Leadership and gangs normally change when somebody dies or goes to jail for life. And even then, some people, some leaders in jail still call the shots.
So maybe he was a shot call on the streets.
They hitting Young Thug with so many charges, bro. I can't even count them all, man.
Did you see that thing that
I
I
don't think
posted?
most of them
Greg.
gonna stick. I don't think most of them
Greg.
gonna stick for the ones I saw, but I think the one they gonna really get him with is the one where they say he rented that car and somebody got killed in that car that he rented.
Great.
So I think that's
If you
what's
were
gonna
just a lawyer, and you had to go meet him for the first time with all these charges on him, what would your conversation be like?
Whose lawyer? You said if I was Young Thug's lawyer?
Yeah, and you had to go visit him in prison for the first time with all these charges. How would that conversation?
You know, you get paid to represent somebody. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It don't matter what the charge is. You know, I represented people that's accused of some really, really serious crimes. They pay me to represent them, man.
Is it like or I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm not trying to ask you directly. I'm gonna ask you like based off of movies. Like when do lawyers ask their clients, "Hey, did you really do this or not?" Or lawyers like really don't care?
You know what? It doesn't matter. Just to be honest with you, it doesn't. I've had some conversations with my clients where I have asked them that, and it's really just me just wanting to know. You know what I'm saying? Just personally, but we're bound by confidentiality. We can't talk about what we talk about with our clients. So in that case, it really it doesn't matter.
Damn, bro.
Let me ask you this, Greg.
How hard is it to go out there and like defend the person that you know did something?
You said what now? What you said?
I said, how hard is it to go in the courtroom and defend somebody you know did something?
I mean, now I have not. I will say, thankfully, have not had somebody come out and explicitly say like I did it. You know what I'm saying? And they want me to defend. The burden of proof is on the state.
I know. I might get up there and say, man,
they got to prove it. They can't prove it.
Hey, Greg, so check this out. So you ask your client if he did it, right? And he says no. But throughout the trial, you find out he actually did it and he's guilty. What do? You personally, what would you do?
I mean, again, it's not going to change my position. I'm still hired to represent that person.
You walk away from the case if you know he did it? Say he committed a murder. It's like a mass murder or something.
You can get disbarred for that, can't you, Greg? Or no?
I can withdraw from the case. I can withdraw from the case.
Hey, Greg, Greg, I was gonna ask you about that as far as withdrawing, because I seen one. I guess it might have been a civil suit. I don't know if it's any different between civil or criminal, but a lawyer asked to be withdrawn from the case because him and his client couldn't get along, and the judge was like, "Oh." Like,
yeah, you can.
So just because you ask doesn't mean it's gonna happen, right?
Nah, not at all. Especially if the case is very, very well developed and late in the game.
Right. And that's what it was. Like, yeah,
it's going to be prejudicial and it's going to hurt the defendant. So, like, nah, you stuck to the case.
Okay.
Well, what if your client
owe you money? You know what I'm saying? Even if they owe you money,
right? Because the judge was like, it don't matter what's going on. You stuck with him until the end of the trial, regardless.
But if with good conscience, if you feel you can't represent him right because you know he's lying, they still would make you represent him.
Depends on when you decide to say he lied.
Yeah, you go up there and say
he lied. You cannot come out and say that as a reason because you breaching the oath.
Right. I mean, I get that.
Oath. Yeah.
You can be sanctioned and be subject to disbar for doing that. You know what I'm saying? So you just you do the best that you can. You know what I'm saying? You be careful about the cases that you take. You know, all money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying? I don't take every single case that comes through the door, but I think like if the facts are strong and we got a good way to you know what I'm saying, to beat the case, or even if the facts are difficult and I really believe the person and feel convicted that the person is telling me the truth that they didn't do it, I'll take the case. You know, I got some cases. I've had some cases where everything points to my client having done it, but the state couldn't prove their case, and we ended up prevailing. You know what I'm saying?
Greg, you undefeated?
No, not at all, man.
And the defense attorney in the world undefeated. If they do, they fixing the jury.
Johnny Cocker wasn't even undefeated. You know?
Yeah, if they do, they fixing the jury.
I thought you did like I thought you did like wrecks and stuff, Greg. Like traffic.
I do, but I do criminal defense too. Yeah, I do criminal defense too. It's not the bulk of my practice. I'm probably like 70-30, 70% access and 30% criminal. I do mainly a lot of, on my criminal side, I do a lot of misdemeanors. I do a lot of appointments out of Fort Bend County, but I do retained cases in Harris County too. I got some pretty serious criminal cases. I got some ag assaults. I got some, possession of controlled substance with big quantities of dope. You know
could you take cases up here in Dallas County?
Yeah, I'll take cases in Dallas County.
Yeah,
Should I be
I'm not asking for
Don't commit no crimes, though, Dio.
How does that go?
You
Like,
never commit no crimes.
Hey,
nah, I ain't
gonna miss a couple shows.
Like, you have to take like a different. I thought like when you get put like certain like counties or areas, but it's really for the whole state, correct? Is that how it goes?
It's a state license.
Gotcha.
But you know, sometimes people are careful about different counties and where they want to go because sometimes you might get home cooking, right? Like for example, Dallas. If you practice in Dallas County, you might not necessarily go down, you know what I'm saying, to Ennis or Corsicana like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Ellis County is gonna be a little different. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play the ball game a little differently, you know. So I practice here in Harris County, I practice in Fort Bend County. I'm not going up to Montgomery County. I'm not going to the Woodlands and the Conroe. I've been up there and I've had some shout matches with some prosecutors throwing some football numbers. And I see how they, you under a stacked debt. You know what I'm saying? Your jury pool is not going to be
50-60 years.
Yeah. A bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they got the right kind of jury pool that's gonna give them numbers. And they know that when it's time to negotiate and talk about even potentially taking a plea deal. So for that reason, I don't really take a lot of cases up there. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. You know, but to answer your question, I can, you know. But that's not the bulk of my practice.
Crazy, man.
Criminal cases, man, they'll have you up at night. I mean, my injury cases do too, but criminal cases, man, especially when a person is facing something real serious, they can really can
That's
keep
why
you
I
up
can't
at
be on
night.
the jury. I had when they found me the jury duty, it was like for aggravated assault or something like that with a deadly weapon. I was like, they said they could be looking up to like 20 years. I said, hey, I don't know if I can put that on somebody. I ain't finna like I can put me personally can't send somebody to jail.
We need more black people on the juries though, man.
Man.
Yeah, you don't want not one black person in here on that jury.
We need more black
I want to
people
be on the jury for Juicy Smollett. Guilty. They're guilty. Send this sucker up the river.
I don't understand how that man ended up in prison, man. My goodness, man.
What do you mean?
That was the most foolish crime ever, man. I mean, his pride literally has him in prison. In my opinion, his pride got him in prison.
I'm like Dave Chappelle.
There was a deal for him. There was a deal for him to just confess, say he was sorry. He would never even went to jail.
That's why he
didn't
didn't
have his story right.
Wait a minute. So Justice Smollett need to be in jail, but Casanova should be. You need rappers, man. Justice Smollett ain't cried nobody, ain't shot nobody, ain't nothing. All he did was get his own self beat up. He need to fry, but
the reason why he didn't be in jail, like Greg said,
you like,
that man had the opportunity to get himself out of it. You gonna keep lying all the way through it? Then go to jail. Fuck it.
Well, Casanova was lying from the beginning.
I
He
mean,
said
he
he
was
lying
lying
now.
Casanova lying his way all the way through.
And you know what Casanova at too? In jail.
Yeah, that is. That's
Sit
a
your
good
ass
point.
right there.
But you just said he should
Greg,
be there.
you ever took a case in Williamson County, Greg?
No, where's it at? What county? Where's it at?
Georgetown, Texas. Right before Austin. Right before Austin.
Ooh, no.
Yeah.
Nah,
He said,
If you want to take one in Jasper.
nah. I ain't messing with Chambers County. I ain't messing with Orange County.
Hey,
you know.
yeah, I just want y'all to know
Oh.
there's a.
I mean, I'll put it like
there's
this.
a restaurant in Hyco, Texas. It's
You
called.
gonna have to pay.
Say, I know where Heiko is. That's
have
weird.
to
Like,
pay.
I should know where that's at, but I know where that's at.
There's a restaurant in Hyco, Texas called the Country Kitchen Cafe, and all the words start with the letter K.
Oh, hell no.
If it's not
You
owned
wouldn't
by
go
a
eat there?
Catholic, if it's not
I
owned
had
by
to
a
as
Catholic,
in the high
I'ma
school
keep rolling.
playoff game after our football game. That's where they had us eat it, and then none of us eat.
So why y'all didn't eat there?
Mainly because we lost and we were mad, but we just didn't eat.
Y'all like the Cracker Barrel? Y'all eat at the Cracker Barrel?
Cracker Barrel pancakes be hidden.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel good. Yeah, them racist people make a good pancake, boy.
They biscuits
man.
and gravy is good though. The biscuits and gravy.
Say, it's a lot of black people swear by
I
Cracker
said
Barrel,
y'all
man.
racist, but y'all can cook like.
So they be cooking like a
But you know why? They could have got the black people in the kitchen. That's why.
Yeah. Y'all some racist, but y'all at least y'all can cook.
Hey, hold
Hey,
up.
Dio. Dio, that's being
I don't know how
smart too.
true
They
that
know
is.
we gonna eat it if we got us cooking.
Hey, I don't know how true that. But I used to think Cracker, like black people, wasn't allowed to go to Cracker Barrel when I was young.
They still get too.
Boy, black folks stayed in Cracker Barrel when your ass was born too. Like they was going to Cracker Barrel.
For the
Hey,
longest,
man.
I wouldn't go to Cracker Barrel because of the name.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel you on that though. I ain't gonna say because of the name.
Black people.
I was wrong. I was
And I
in
was
my
like, man, I
30s the
eat
first time
crackers
I
with
went to
chili.
Cracker
What's the
Barrel.
difference? I eat Ritz crackers. You know what I'm saying?
You said the pancake.
They ain't hating
the
it, just a
pancake
name.
changed your mind, huh?
Yeah. The pancake, yeah. I'm
Nah.
like, man, just a name. It don't mean nothing. I don't want to
I
assume
ain't gonna,
nothing.
he said,
Yeah. Let me give these
Nah,
people the
but-
benefit of the doubt.
I can't say I didn't go because of the name. I was like Malcolm when I passed by. It just didn't give me a feel of
No,
hey, we
I was
welcome in there.
told.
So I just kept, but
I was
the
told,
first time I went, I think my mama sent me in there. She was like, "Yeah, boy, go to Cracker Barrel and give me some breakfast. You get you whatever you want." I'm like, "Where?" She's like, "Cracker Barrel."
You didn't feel welcome at Cracker Barrel?
I mean, it just from the outside, it just to me, it just didn't look like a spot that a bunch of us went into. But when I went in there,
That
I
old
looked
school
around.
candy
I'm
got
like,
you. Know.
damn, we all in here.
Food was
We
good.
saturated in here.
The service was good. They got the
Sorry,
little country.
for real.
They got the little
Hey,
country
you
stuff.
know what? I still
y'all
don't eat
going
that
too
Denny's
far
now.
now.
I still don't
You
eat that
say
Denny's.
what? You say what, LJ?
Y'all going too far now. You might well go and put a sign up, say go join the KKK.
Oh,
We
burgers
go
was
get
good.
Get your MAGA hat on.
You're supposed to just enjoy the pancakes.
Say why you ain't go to Denny's no more, Dio? What's wrong? I mean, I know I don't go to Denny's for.
No,
I
I've
don't
something
like
about
food.
Denny's.
I've never really just ate Denny's. I think I've had Denny's maybe once my whole life.
Boy,
Oh, okay.
boy,
I'm gonna tell you. Hold up. I'll tell you something about Denny's.
That Jesse Jackson beef with Denny's back from 1990 or
No.
something.
Not really.
What?
No, when I was a kid, my family didn't eat at Denny's.
Yeah, they Jesse Jackson was boycotting Denny's like in the
Man,
90s.
when nobody listen to Jesse Jackson.
Jesse, sit your ass down.
Why was he boycotting Denny's? Like what the
I'm
hell?
gonna look it up. I
Jesse
can't
didn't
remember.
want
It's
his name
something
said.
about them not serving black people or something. It was
I
something.
heard, I heard they used to spit in black
I'm
people's food.
telling you what it was, bro.
That's what I heard. They used to spit in black people's food.
You know what? I never ate Denny's. I ain't gonna say never, but like I didn't eat at Denny's, right? And then I was living in California, and like there was a Denny's, like it was early in the morning, like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. Me and my wife was going to go eat breakfast, and Denny's was like the only thing that was open. And hey, I don't know if I don't.
What you end up getting a Grand Slam?
I got some pancakes. Them hoes hitting. I ain't gonna lie to
Roscoe's.
you. You said what?
You chose Denny's over Roscoe's.
I was not in Southern California.
Roscoe's,
I was in Northern California.
Roscoe chicken.
Oh, so they don't Roscoe's is only like LA.
I never saw it. I never saw
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay.
Hey, don't get me lying. I don't go to California. I've been to California 3 times my whole life that I can remember.
I can
Yeah,
only
California
twice.
terrible.
All right, folks. I gotta jump out, man.
And I was at NCT every
All right,
time I was there.
Hey, listen,
He
y'all don't be letting
organized-
Dio tell y'all that the rapper that commit crimes.
Yeah.
Nah, don't be lying. That ain't what I said. If he
Yeah,
wasn't
every
against
time,
my
well,
man,
you're right. Because Dio said, basically, Dio's is saying, like, if they can't catch you now for what you're going to do tomorrow, they can't convict you. Because he said, well, he already did it. But didn't they have, and that's old, ain't it? Well, yes, it's old, Dios. You got to investigate it.
It happened yesterday, you know.
Yeah, man. I'm about to get out too, man. I'm about to go see if Charlo fight. My wife said his opponent was late to the ring, so I don't know what's going
What
on.
the hell? I'm about to go watch it. But Tweety, I got to ask you something, Tweety.
All right.
All right, fellas.
All right. So, bro, you I gotta ask, did something happen? You older than me, so you might remember better.
Okay.
So you remember how often we used to come to Dallas, right, and visit?
Okay. Yeah.
It was like every weekend, pretty much.
Damn near, yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it stopped when Aunt Jean died. When Aunt Jean died.
Everything stopped when Aunt Jean died. Boy.
Did something happen and I just don't remember it?
No, Aunt Jean died. Like,
or was just Aunt Jean
died,
like the mom?
bro, she was, you know how everybody say somebody's the glue of the family?
Yeah.
That was Aunt Jean. So when she died, everybody just, like, nobody goes over there every weekend. Like, that used to be the family spot every weekend, bro. Nobody goes over there like that. Like, that she died. Like, that's exactly what happened. You hit the nail on the head without knowing you hit the nail on the head. Like,
I was thinking that. I thought about this yesterday. I said, damn, we used to go to Dallas every damn weekend.
Every weekend. Because every weekend, everybody, like, it wasn't just y'all. It was like people who rarely even came around the family. The only time you would see them is if they decided to come on the weekend to Aunt Jean's house. You had to come down Overton Road. That's where you're going to see the family. And when she died, yeah, bro, like, nobody felt the need to pull up on Overton Road no more.
It was like a routine. We would go to Aunt Bobby house and then go to Aunt Jean house.
Because everybody from Aunt Bobby house would slide over to Aunt Jean house. Like,
you ain't lying. Yeah.
Everybody gonna end up over there. We gonna play cards, play dominoes. All folks finna get drunk because Ron already was drunk. So, you know, we all just finna have a good